Hello, everybody. My name is RyunnEldred, and I am here with the one and only Razgriz, the BossFoss, and we would like to welcome you to the R&R podcast. Thank you guys for listening to this on any of your podcast listening services and/or watching the VOD version on the RyunnEldred YouTube channel. Welcome. Hi, David. I think we've done 2 episodes where it was just me by myself because you were sick and a bunch of other stuff. So hi, hello, how are you?
Hello.
Let's jump into the small talk portion and how have you been? How have you been for the last couple of weeks?
I've been all right.
Been all right. Been good.
No, I've been sick. One of those times you had hit me up of, hey, let's do the podcast, and it was Sunday night, and I had work in the morning, and I'm
like
like,
literally 8-9 o'clock at night.
You had messaged me at like 10 or 11, and I'm like, dude,
yeah, it's like 8-9 my time.
You can't be asking me to do this. Like, I need to sleep for work, so it's fine. I've been okay. I have been slaved away at work, and I am thankfully enjoying my small break that I have.
Same.
Um, and I will say that it's been very rainy
That's
where
true.
I live. So
We've had like a complete 180 in terms of the weather. I Aw, is that a new Astrobot beanie? No.
no, it's not new.
Oh. I was thinking you're gonna say no, it's not Astrobot, but
It's Astrobot, but no, it's not new. No,
it's
I got
adorbs.
tired of looking at my headset and my hair are the same color in this light, and they just both keep popping out. I'm like, nah, I'm just gonna throw on the thing so that way it's able
I
you can tell.
feel it.
Now it's seeing the blanket that's behind me.
For those watching the vidcast version, you could just see the holy glow off of the top of my head and it distracts me.
Yeah.
Ah. To answer my own question, I'm doing good. I'm very happy to be doing this episode with somebody because honestly, I had no idea what I would talk about this time on my own. The last
Right.
couple of episodes have been like roughly 20 to 30 minutes long of just random mumbling and just random thoughts popping in my
Right.
head. So it's good to have somebody to bounce stuff off of. Um, as to you, I am enjoying my vacation, my break. I'm getting to sleep in. I'm getting sleep. Look, I don't have bags under these eyes anymore.
Yeah.
So that feels good. It feels really, really good to actually get some sleep. I feel like I'm fighting something though. I've been having weird body aches and
Hey, we're all fighting our own demons.
I know we are. We've been doing a lot of State of Decay lately, which has been really fun jumping back into that. And
Has it really been a lot though, or have
I've
we only played like 2 4-hour sessions in the last 48 hours?
that's still a lot. That's still a lot.
Yes, mister. I told you, hey, I'm going to bed at 2 o'clock in the morning, and then you don't get up out of bed until 2 p.m.
Yes. But that's also because I'm up later doing edits and everything.
Hmm.
And I don't have work, so I could afford to
I
sleep
know.
till 2.
I'm just giving you a bad time.
I know. But yeah, no, been doing a moderate amount of State of Decay too, which has been fun. Been really excited to jump back into that because it's been on my mind lately and just been really fulfilling in a way. Uh,
Yes, I will agree. I mean, State of Decay 2 always sits there. on my game list. I'm like, oh, I should probably jump back into that. But I'm like, it's fun to play solo, but it is fun to play with friends. It would be better if we had more than just the two of us, but we get by.
Hmm.
Daybreak would be a lot easier than just the two of us.
I do
I don't,
know I have somebody that, like, when we're playing, if I were to message, hey, can you hop on State of Decay and help us? He would.
yeah. Is this popping up? It is popping up. Okay, do you see what's happening to my? This is the keyboard armrest. So when I'm
You have a
typing,
keyboard armrest?
yeah, it sits right at the base of my keyboard. It came with my keyboard.
Huh.
I didn't buy it separately. But I noticed that this piece right here, the pleather has started to peel off, but my arm doesn't rest here. And then I've just been watching like as I've been playing, it's just been more and more coming off. And I would lightly do that and then just cover my desk in bits.
Hmm.
Very peculiar.
I wonder if it's like a moisture or, or a heat thing.
Well, I mean, I know it gets hot in this room,
Could be a
but
heat thing.
could be. Any hoosers. But yeah, no, we've been playing. I've also been kind of debating on whether or not I'm going to jump into a like the original State of Decay. Like I reinstalled it, was surprised by the size. Um, I'm so used to installing games and it being like 40, 50, 120 gigs.
Then
So putting it to install and seeing 4 gigs for the whole thing, I was like, oh, that's the whole thing was only 4 gigs, really? Wow.
you're like, that's manageable.
I don't have to uninstall anything for that one.
I
Um,
started it over and I've restarted the campaign, which is really fun because I kind of forgot a lot of stuff. Like, I forget the fact that your main character was on like a vacation and
yeah,
missed
so
the
if you
total outbreak,
if you look at the diary, it'll actually say they went on a fishing trip.
which I find fascinating that we come back with no fish in our inventory. Like, we suck at fishing.
They were gone for 2 weeks, so they probably ate the fish.
Fair, fair. All the State of Decay 2 playing though, and State of Decay Year 1 has made me really antsy and really hoping that during the Summer Game Fest or just something this year we get another look at State of Decay 3. I've been seeing it popping up in a lot of my game forums and like fan pages that talk about upcoming games with people
Yeah.
being excited the fact that we're going to have like zombie animals like zombie deer and zombie dogs and the possibility of a zombie bear. And then I forget that we have gotten a trailer for State of Decay 3 a while back.
It's been a long time since we've seen it. Um, we have a because I just looked it up. Um, they're saying that it'll probably be at least 2026, which article wise, yeah, it would have to be at least 2026. Um, but yeah, it was revealed in 2020, so it was revealed 6 years ago.
Do you think it's taken that long because they've switched the engine, or do you think it's because of like Xbox's new non-exclusive non-exclusive like model that they've been doing that they're making sure the game's going to be compatible with PlayStation? Like,
You know, I I don't know if State of Decay 3 is actually going to release on the PlayStation. I think that they might keep that one to Xbox.
I don't know.
And
It feels like with
because I'm seeing it right now, State of Decay 2 released in 2018.
damn, it does not feel like it was that long ago.
It's been a long time since that game has came out.
And then I think Juggernaut Edition released maybe 2020 with the trailer of 3, right?
Juggernaut Edition released I think it released the same time. Give me a second.
Because I don't think Juggernaut Edition released day one. Because Juggernaut
No,
Edition
so
was a
like
whole
it
update.
it released with uh combining all of the add-on packs. Um they're talking about the day. So it released on a March 13th, but I don't know which March 13th. I will see state of I can spell state right.
Sounds like somebody's failing democracy. No.
Um it would have been March of 2020 because Heartland DLC released in June 9th of 2019 and State of Decay was talking about the Juggernaut edition dropping on March 13th, so that it's still been 6 years since Juggernaut edition.
Yeah. I'm looking at the Xbox store for it. Wow. Juggernaut Edition's 5.99 if you didn't already own it.
I think I own it. I think I had bought it.
I think we both have bought it. One of the few games that we've actually bought. So, yeah, it just tells me 5/21/2018 when I
Because
look
I
at
think it
Juggernaut Edition.
they took the base game and I think they just like it was a
Upgraded it.
free upgrade to it. It's like, hey, you know what? You have the whole thing.
Yeah.
Oh man, talk about
But no, the State of Decay 2 has gotten me like really hyped and pumped for State of Decay 3. I know like while we've been playing, we've been having conversations about stuff we'd like to see in the game or
yeah.
just our own like little interpretations or quality of life, like things we would love to see. After playing a little bit of 1, I do wish that State of Decay 2 kind of kept the journal system from the first game because I feel like when I'm looking at my base and I'm trying to figure stuff out, I would like the detailed version that the first State of Decay had, where it was like, oh yeah, these two survivors had an argument in a fight. This is what happened. Like, you need to resolve this. Whereas, like, with State of Decay 2, it feels more of just like, oh, there was Leanna was pissed off and caused the scene. And that's like the extent of what you get to know. So you don't know whether or not it was something else that pissed her off, if it's like a resource issue, a survivor issue, her just character's traits and behavior issue.
So, you might not have seen it, but there actually is a way to look at that. So if you look at morale, it'll detail like if they're having an issue, it'll say plus this for this reason, or if they're upset, it'll say -5 Leilana, is that what the name you went with?
Yeah. I know it
Leilana
does that.
resource.
I know it does
Um
that, but I just felt like State of Decay 1 had a better way of showing it.
well, so I will say that State of Decay 1, that was solely single player.
Yeah.
So the journal system is like, hey, this is your community. Um, I feel like it would have been interesting if each character had a different journal. So like you had a community journal, so you can see like the interactions, but then like
As you
it
switched between characters, you got to
each
see
character
their
would
own
have like a different
perspective.
journal, and so you could see kind of like some backstory going into it. Two, like we do kind of get like a hey, here's a little bit of a background when the first. What are you smiling about?
Oh, I got up and then realized I was just pointing my ass to the camera.
Oh, I don't even know if it picked it
And
up.
then these ones right here, I don't know if you can see where my hand's covering, but I got a huge hole in my fucking sweats.
No. It was covered by the backdrop, thankfully.
Oh, thankfully, yeah.
Um,
It's a
what
bad
was I saying?
day to free bullet.
So I understand what you're saying. One thing that I know me and you had talked about, and I'm going to use a specific map. Why are you just staring at me like that? Why are you
I'm
staring at the
just
camera like
I'm
that?
I'm just giving you the attention.
Hmm, Gotcha. So, I don't remember what the name of the map is. I had told the game to put me on a random map, but it had started me on a house that's on a hill with a couple other houses, and it's above a gas station. Do you kn kind of know which map I'm talking about?
The one that's above the gas station. I could do this right here. Get tutorial. Just keep it on standard.
Anyway, so
It is it
I
Deckard
I want to
County?
say what was that?
Deckard County?
Maybe.
Drucker County. Drucker County.
So games spawned me there, and one of the things that me and you had talked about was the ability to kind of set up our base wherever we want.
Yeah, that would be so.
Um, I think also allowing the community to grow more than 10 people, but not necessarily that you can play all 10 people.
It would be nice if, like, for instance, with your map that we were playing on yesterday, how you have that whole bottom section of Turnbull County.
Right.
Well, like, so you have the main central hub of the base, and then let's say you do an outpost at the gas station just up above a little bit, and then you take the like ammo depot just a little bit down the road, that it should all encompass the area. So as you're branching out, you can see the kind of, as you're saying, more than just the 10 main survivors, you actually start building a community. So you start seeing walls that are branching around the like
Right.
border of things, kind
So
of
that's actually
walling
what I
off
was
a
getting at and
section.
why I brought up that map is um like I decide, hey, this is going to be my base location and be able to put up fences, watchtowers. And so I have like 10, 15 people that I can play as, but really there's like 30 to 40 people living in this area now that I have built up. Not like start with the house and then you expand from there, but um so then I'm now taking over each of those houses, and then eventually my base will move, and I can now occupy the gas station, and I can have like, okay, well now the gas station is incorporated. I don't have to build a separate vehicle like depot. I can now just use like the gas station garage to work on cars.
I think
That
another,
kind of
I get what you're laying down there. I think in terms of like Stated K2 on a smaller scale of that, I think it would have been interesting with like for instance my base. I'm able to have 5 different outposts. I think
right,
with since my base has all 10 survivors, I feel like I should be able to negate like at each outpost you could set up 4 survivors that permanently stay there. So then it's like you get mini bases on top of your
right.
actual base. So you could get you have your 10 at the main, but then you got 4, 8, 12, 16, like 20, and your community grows based off of that. And then let's say the people at the outpost you can't control, but they are played at a AI level that is more intelligent than like the character's base AI. Because your other players do stuff when they're
Yeah.
at the base. So they're able to like fight off hordes and infestations, but you get like the radio call, hey, we need backup at outpost A, outpost B. And then it's just kind of branching out that way. Because playing in your game, I didn't know you could lay down fire mines like and stuff like that.
Yeah, so if
to
you
protect a base. And I was like, oh, this is like really cool. And then as we were having the conversation, talking about stuff we'd love to see in three, like this whole idea started spinning around. And then I've been watching a lot of Walking Dead and seeing what the show did with like New Alexandria, or how in a lot of zombie things, because I've been playing Back for Blood, I've been playing Left for Dead, and like other things, humanity does build on in more of a sense of not a small 10-person group. A lot of places would take like where you're set at, yeah, like let's say the night family drive-in, you would take that, but then you would also have people that are taking over the strip mall and taking over this and just building a big wall. And eventually,
which
instead of a bunch of
we have seen, so from 1 to 2, because we do have the Turnbull County, we
Mhm.
have seen evidence that there has been communities that have come in and have attempted to take over larger sections of the city. So in Turnbull County on the north end of the city, which is completely overran now, there is a fenced off area that there's evidence that there was a base there at one point. But now there's a plague
Yeah,
heart that's actually like
the
keeps.
Daybreak FOB.
No, not even that one. I mean, you have the Daybreak, you have the Red Talon one, but west of it, it's not something you can take over. But in
Oh,
the
okay,
center of
because
town, there's like a squared off thing, which I can show you later, but
I'm
I can.
looking at your home sites right now on Trumbull Valley. You have Checkpoint Delta, the Pterodactyl Park, Tranquility Factory, Fort Marshall, Farmland Compound, and then Red Talon Daybreak FOB. Which I
It's
believe the Daybreak FOB isn't that the military base from the first game that not Daybreak, but the first DLC takes place through.
um sorry, there's a minute there that I was trying to do one thing and my mind like completely split.
Spaced it.
The so you have the Red Talon base to the north end of the map. But when I'm talking about of there's evidence that survivors have attempted to make a base, it's not a base that we can reestablish.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I'm
like the burnt down one that we did the mission at yesterday, where it was destroyed and everything, where it was
oh yeah, there's that one too. The one that
easy.
was actually in Heartland.
Yeah. I think it
So
would be cool to be able to rebuild in that aspect, because I feel like when you get like rut sacks full of like the construction material, you don't see enough with the actual construction. Yeah, you're building like little slots, but I mean, our walls should be more fortified and more rugged looking.
right,
Which I get. It's
let me
like
do it.
it's a zombie survival game that's not gonna have that basis hit. Cause I'm thinking like 7 Days to Die. How I don't know if you've seen anything on the more upgraded version of 7 Days to Die compared to the one that we've played, but the base building in the newer version that the new company took over on is like a lot more advanced.
Yeah, no, I've seen kind of some of it. So the map that I'm able to pull up, it doesn't like it's showing the markers, but it's not showing the ability to like look at everything.
Yeah,
So when we play later, because I imagine we're going to be playing later, I will take you to this spot.
I imagine we'll be playing later too. I've been having such a good time with this game.
Uh, I mean, that's if we play in my game, but and this is something that we had actually looked up the timeline between 1 and 2. So 1 takes place, it's about 2 weeks after the outbreak is when it starts.
This one takes place 18 months.
Yes. And then Heartland is somewhere between. I don't know the exact like timing of it off the top of my head. I just know it's between 1 and 2
I
because 2 is
feel,
able to now come back to that map.
yeah, I feel that before your community moves to Trumbull Valley. So like let's say you have Providence Ridge, Cascade Hills, Meager Valley, Ducker. That's right. Providence Ridge was the new map they added in before Trumbull Valley. Because originally it was just Cascade Hills, Meager Valley, and Drucker County were the three
Yes.
original maps. So I feel like after you do the three original, then you do Providence Ridge, Heartland would take place between your group moving from like the fourth base of the original maps to
Is that your plan? You're gonna
Trumbull.
go from one map and just go through the three base maps?
I'm gonna go through the three base maps, Providence
Because you have
Ridge.
never communicated that with me.
This is me deciding that right now. Because I
And
always
then,
knew before I went to Trumbull Valley, especially after playing in your game yesterday, like last night, I made that decision because Trumbull Valley was going to be the next map I was going to go to just
especially
for
since the
that
game
nostalgia.
keeps telling you to go to it,
Yeah. But I feel like for my community that I'm going to be bringing through all the maps to try to hit the 100 days, I feel like Trumbull Valley should be in game. But then I was also talking to Jose, and he was saying that when you bring your community back to a map as well, things change like drastically. Because once you leave, the plague heart resets in, is more aggressive. Like the groups that are surviving there after you leave become more hostile.
because I mean, you left the area.
Yeah, which
Especially if you're playing like the warlord or sheriff is like, hey, you were the law.
yeah. Which my next community I do know for sure I'm going to do Warlord. But seeing this down on the bottom corner of the map selection as well, it says communities on this map. I think it would be interesting in 3, and I think I talked to you a little bit about this yesterday too. With 1, you could have all your communities on like one map and you could have your communities intertwine. But with
Right.
the multiplayer aspect, instead of like me joining you or you joining me and we send an ambassador from our community to help, like you move your community into their map. And then you have like a synced community where both communities are inhabiting this same area. And you could either take different zones, like make the maps bigger so it doesn't feel so claustrophobic. But
Okay, so
like,
just clarification, because what I just envisioned is, say we take, I'm going to continue to use my base as an example, which by the way, my base is the baseball stadium on Trumbull Valley, so it's like very south end. Um,
yeah, I
so
see it on the
are
map. I see it on the map here, of course.
Court Marshal,
Maybe
I
in the
think is what they call it.
vidcast version, I'll show it. Yeah, Fort Marshall's in the bottom left corner. So let's say you have that area taken over, and just up the road, like directly up above in the upper left or even the upper right where the ranger station is, like my community is taking over that area. Because you
Okay,
get like
because
four or
what I
five
thought you
different
were saying,
sites.
what I thought you were saying was we take over the same base.
Oh
So both
no.
your community and my community are now sharing Fort Marshall.
No. I feel like not being able to share a single space would be the best just because again, like one little base could only host so many people, especially
Right.
if we're looking at it with the State of Decay 2 mechanics. It would have to be like 5 of your guys, 5 of my guys, and then we coexist there. But like let's say you have Fort Marshall and I took over Checkpoint Delta, then we both have two separate community bases there. We could either choose to work together or work against each other. So it would make the world that you're playing in feel more organic and more alive. Because then, like, let's say you were warlord, I was traitor, we're on good terms, but like, look at it in a Walking Dead aspect where it's like the warlord's camp's more like Negan to where you are shadowing us, like casting that big shadow to where if we trade with someone we're not supposed to, then like your community is going to attack my community or vice
Uh,
versa. Give it
s-
some more. Or
something else that came to mind is um instead of like we start on one map with your community
yeah,
and like any other maps, and your specific playthrough, like friends can move their communities there or move away. Say I do take over the entire town of Marshall, as we're talking about, like as I've continued to like clear every building, there's now fences up, and now I have the entire area, and it's more or less self sufficient. Okay. Once I've cleared the map of plague hearts and kind of established, like, if I'm the warlord, like this is my area, I control this. Moving to the other map is not like, hey, I'm going to take my entire community. It's now saying, hey, I'm going to take these 5 people with me. We're going to establish a base,
another base.
but the other base still exists, and you can go back uh, for like resources or things. But like time has passed. So say this is, by the way, I'm literally making this up on my head as I go, but like,
Those are the best plans.
but say like I go to the next map and it takes 3 days to get there. Now, I have to make sure that I have fuel for the vehicle because I imagine that I'm going to be taking a vehicle if I'm like taking over the area.
As every good map starts in State of Decay 2. Oh, our vehicle ran out of gas.
Jesus, yeah. So you establish a base, and if you decide, hey, I'm going to go back to the other map, like 3 days has passed, and then it'll be 6 days for like 3 days to travel back. But now your original community, or the base
The
that you
one you're
just
going back
established,
to. Yeah.
so you have your self sufficient one, and it's fine. Like they can hold off a horde, and they're good. But if you decide to try and go back and forth like between the maps, um, say you leave, the other map could get like attacked because you're taking the character you're playing as. So I guess you could just be like, hey, this character's going to go back here, and I'm going to just rock with these 4 people and continue to establish. I guess I don't know. Like I said, making it up as I go. But like you make the conscious decision to leave to get resources or whatnot, and then come back. Like your base could then be overran by things if like you're not allowed to stay. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I
That
don't know.
also that also points me in the direction of what we were talking about yesterday with a created character, like being able to pick your own traits, your own character, and kind of making him the focal survivor. You could still play as other people, but you have the one pinpoint survivor. Like if that person dies, game over, maybe. I don't know. I still think it'd be cool to have like the direct control over at least one person per community.
Like that person will be the leader, but like say they do die, it won't necessarily doom the community. But now you kind of have to just go with the RNG of like who would take over after them,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Or they don't even have to be the leader. It's just through a narrative story point. Like if they were to make a story, kind of how all like the game has like a loosely knit story of going through certain events.
Trumbull
So to
Valley has more event
more of the
like
story.
there's actually stories going on there.
So let's
Um,
say the actual narrative of like State of Decay 3 is told through your character, but you could still run a like sheriff, warlord, trader, builder, reconnaissance, soldier, whatever type of story through other survivors. It's just the actual narrative of the game is going to run through that one person
until they die,
until they die
and then the story will continue.
through a
Because you don't want to
different person.
you with permadeath, like you don't want to lock it of if this one person dies, like that's it. Because you could
It
have
should
like this
definitely be a
massive,
toggled. It should be a
yeah,
toggled
it
featured
definitely be a
for
feature.
those
But like,
masochists like me.
but yeah, I want to see what they will do. I am concerned that they're going to take a Dying Light approach.
Hmm. In which
So
way?
with Dying Light going from the first one to the second one, guns did not become a thing anymore because they're like, well, people won't know how to make the guns,
Manufacture the guns
manufacture
and
guns.
bullets and
And the thing I'm worried about is they're going to be like, well, the people who know how to do these things is dying out. But Dying Light 2 literally has you still have the skill books. You can if you take over like the water treatment plant, for example, you can then learn utilities.
yeah. I mean, in Dying Light 2, they did kind of retcon and fix it with Fatim.
Right.
And was it Fatim and Fabula from the first game that like
Yeah,
crash into the second game's map? I
I
still
think
gotta
so,
do
yeah.
that. I still gotta do that mission. I still gotta beat that game.
I beat the game, have not played that mission. So because we in the trailer we saw them. They're now hunting, which I mean you should probably be hunting anyway because there's no guarantee that there's always going to be food
Yeah.
like in these places.
No, I've always felt like hunting and fishing would be a really good addition to State of Decay, where it's like if you hunt a deer, you get like +2 food. You can pull 2 rut sack out. Fishing is like a
I would
plus
say
1.
one. I would say one rut sack, and then for fishing, uh, because I mean a rut sack that's going to be a lot of meat, and I think for fish instead of a full rut sack, you're just getting like a little bag, so like the snack bags.
Yeah.
And if you get like four of those or five of those, then you can have like a rut sack.
But
Because when
more
you break
things to
down
make you
like the
feel
rut
like
sacks,
you're
like
surviving in the world instead of just looting.
which I don't mind the looting.
No, it's fun. The whole entire time I've been playing with you, I've just been breaking into people's houses, looting everything. Something that I don't have the luxury of doing in my own game because the difficulty's like kicked up a notch.
yeah, literally just one notch. Okay,
It's like it's literally one notch, but to me, I
it is
very
such
much
a
I
difference between the two though.
oh my god, yeah. Like even
Because
yesterday during the
if I discover a car, the car is not going to be like completely destroyed all the time. There's a good chance that hey, yeah, it might have some gas in it. It could be destroyed, but in the back might be like a gas can for any vehicle, or in a rare chance there might be a repair kit. I swear the van that we found that we went and got, I don't remember ever building that van. So I think that van was already there. Because I wouldn't have left a van with two repair kits in the back of it.
right. I don't
I'm also
remember if
I'm
it was
convinced
one
that
of
they
those.
are cannibals. I can't prove it, and I want the
I'm
game to let me
sorry.
prove it.
Any game that feature any zombie survival game that features the addition of strange meat, that's fucking human. Even in
It's human
Fallout,
or zombie.
even
Human or
in
zombie.
even in Fallout, when you find strange meat, it's fucking human. Iguana on a stick is fucking human.
Yeah, no, I know. I
I
know.
was I was baffled when I found that out because that's like a new thing I learned in Fallout lore that iguana on a stick is actually just human.
Not always. It
Not
just one in
always.
one instance that it was actually a thing.
It was
Um,
Fallout 1 that
yeah.
had it as a thing.
Fallout 1 or Fallout 2, I forget which one, but
Fallout
yeah.
1 because I am in playing the game right now. I am in the mission chain where I just discovered that it's human, but due to the game having a bug, you can never finish that mission. So now every time I walk into that town, it's hostile because I'm like, "You're selling human meat. You're selling human meat. I'm gonna report you." Run to the cops. Hey, how you doing? I'd like to report a crime. What's the crime, sir? I don't know. And then the second I leave the police station, the vendor's sitting there like, "Oh, you're gonna tell somebody, are you? Eh?"
Yeah.
But one other thing I'd like to speak on State of Decay 3 that I have been just kind of mulling around in the head, as I told you, was the addition of kind of cameos or crossovers. Because quarantine, the game I was talking to you about yesterday, where it's like you do the whole checkpoint and you're scanning people during the apocalypse. They're doing a crossover right now with Dead by Daylight, where Dwight, Claudette, Meg, and Jake from Dead by Daylight all come into the game, and they're people you could scan and bring in, or they could be infected. I think it would be interesting if, like, for instance, other zombie games collaborated with Left 4 Dead. So, like, let's say you get Walking Dead.
Data Decay.
What did I
You mean
say? What
Left
did
for
I
Dead?
say? Left 4 Dead. Sorry. Get that.
You could
Get
have
everything
the Left
together.
for Dead people collaborate and like show up.
Yeah, you could have the Left 4 Dead people come in, and it says like the so whatever their group title would be. I wouldn't think of a good one for Left 4 Dead. But like for instance, like Walking Dead crosses over. You get New Alexandria and you see like Rick, Carl, Michonne, Daryl, whomever, or like you get a enemy survival group and it's the Saviors and it's Negan, Dwight, all them. You get you could get like the Walking Dead game to where it's like Lee, Clem, Kenny, stuff like that. You could
Right.
get Back for Blood and it's like the just you know what I mean. Have the survivor group be kind of detailed towards it, and you could either work with them, become allies, become enemies. If something bad happens, you could recruit some of the key people into your own community. It'd be fun. It'd be a nice little, I would say free update, but knowing the way the world is in the game industry, it would be like a five ninety
I'm
nine,
I
ten
would
ninety nine.
argue that I think Undead Studios or Undead Labs, sorry. I think Undead Labs would probably make it a free one.
Probably because
Or
everything.
it would be you go to the Walking Dead map
Oh, that would be so cool too, though.
and like you can establish a community there.
That would be even better, honestly, because I know World War Z right now is doing a Walking Dead collab, and they got the prison from the comics and TV show, and you get to play as like Rick and Daryl and all
I
them.
there's one other thing that completely slipped, but it's something I've always been mad about. Why can't we name our own community?
Yeah, that's true.
Why do
Like
you have to be the salt of the earth?
don't get me wrong. I do think Salt of the Earth
Like yours is
killer.
cool. Mine's the collective. I'm like, okay, I don't really want to be the collective
So
or the I put together a uh for those of you listening, Tim knows this. When I was playing yesterday, one of my members is like, if you ally with this person, I'm going to be leaving. And I was like, okay, bet. I'm just going to move you to the
bet.
legacy pool and kick you out of the community. And then what I had told Tim was, hey, we should do a thing of if somebody in your community decides that they want to leave, you're going to have kind of like a spin-off of they are now trying to establish a new community, different map on a harder difficulty.
You
Because
were also
now,
mentioning the community outreach thing, which I thought was just fucking beautiful.
yeah, um, I forget my reasoning behind it off the top of my head, like why I called it that.
Because you're going through and you're helping out other communities
Oh, yes.
was
Um,
literally the explanation I
yeah.
got.
Sorry, brain not function, but
It could.
um, so that's what I ended up doing with one of my people. So kicked her out yesterday, and then today I put her in a lethal uh difficulty,
Yeah.
which what a difference.
I am nervous about it because you gotta there's like 5 or 6 achievements tied to that difficulty. And I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
Hopefully this will
The
pop up. But for
masochist
those of you
doesn't
watching,
want to do it.
this is what oh no, it didn't work.
Oh
Ryunn will put
no.
up on the screen the picture that I had ended up getting on my screen within about 10 minutes of launching that community.
That was within 10 minutes.
Within 10 minutes. I was overran by freaks. And it started with the one legacy character, so her name was Amanda. I had brought her over, and then I had put two random people because she's not going to. She didn't take anybody with her, so she left. She found two other people, decided to make their own community on this other map, and then things didn't quite work out, obviously. Um, but yeah, so on the harder difficulty, the bloaters when they explode, it's blood plague,
Oh,
which I didn't know that.
that's that's a good honestly, that's a good distribution system for the blood plague.
Yeah.
Especially the one base I had where it was like there's bloaters all around me.
Yeah, well,
Everywhere I
yeah.
looked, it's a
We
bloater.
when we go back to your game, we do need to move your base. Your
Yeah.
base is being inundated by freaks, and I have no idea why. But it was the last picture I had sent you, Tim, of my TV screen, and it just says community lost because it was I. Granted, I kind of screwed up on this one. Uh, I didn't have any gas, so I couldn't have a car, so I'm having to run everywhere with my character. She got the blood plague, which she only had about 2 minutes left to live. I ran back to my base, forgetting that you have to do the side mission to get access to the blood plague cure.
Mm.
And so I had got her in, realized what was about to happen about too late, and thought, well, she's about to die. So that's an obvious thing. She dies. I had my community member kill her because had to. So now they're grieving, they're depressed, and the whole like mood was hopeless. So I take my second person out, and I'm running to try to establish an outpost because I'm trying to keep this community alive. And completely screwed up, ran off of a cliff, landed in a bloater, essentially, and she died. So then I had to
Elbow.
go. So then I had to take the third and final person of my community, go and kill her. And as I was coming back, a feral attacked me. And of
Those
course, this
fucking
is a
ferals, dude.
low level character who does not have anything, almost immediately got killed and then died. And then I just watch as his corpse stands up at the like it's black screen like oh this person's died and then I just see them turn into a zombie, which I appreciate that the survivors if they're killed by a zombie or if
They
like they have blood plague, they will turn into a zombie.
That's something because I know Brian and I have just started like fooling around in Operation Raccoon City. One of the cool features about playing that game with friends is you get a little hidden meter that lets you know if you're infected or not and how long you have to find a cure before you turn. But once you turn, you get to play the zombie.
That's cool.
So you can sit there the entire game and just be like, "I'm good, guys. I'm good." And then turn and just turn on your friends. It's a fun little gameplay feature, which would be cool if in this game, like if you did turn the character you're playing as, you could kind of maliciously go and try to hunt down your cooperative player. Like if you're doing the community outreach, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
A good way
Um
that like if you're playing in somebody else's game and your character dies, at least reward you with that death of being able to be like, well, fuck, I died helping you. Let me try to get a little bit of comeuppance.
I did have an idea which I'm going to issue this challenge to you
Ooh.
of start a community or have a community of one person and start from one. Like I don't know if you could actually do that.
Like on Nightmare or like
I on whatever difficulty starting from dread up.
Dread Up. All right, yeah, you
Yeah.
know what? I could accept that challenge.
And if you have to start with three, maybe send two to the legacy. Once you at least get the base operational, because I don't want to completely like screw you over, because you do need at least two people to make an infirmary to clear things.
Abandon all hope, ye who enter here. Seriously, you've been warned.
What
But
do you?
be I'm I'm looking at the game right now and I just chose lethal for this and I'm gonna see right now if I am able to.
I think you have to start with three, but you can definitely send them to legacy pool. Which there's something else that I want to discuss with you. Button mapping. The game has a lot of button maps, but I have a lot of button maps that are unbound. And I'm having to like constantly go back into my settings, bind whatever I want to a button, or like do my best to make sure I'm not uh double binding something. But I continuously am being told, "Hey, this is no longer bound," or "This is unbound." Like I appreciate having all these options, but there's so many buttons.
So many buttons. To answer your question, you do have to start off with three people. I just tried to start off with one and it
Yeah,
was
so
like,
that's why I'm
nope.
saying probably establish with three, and then you could canonically say that whatever character you decide to go with, if you are doing like a legacy character, they have realized something and sent the other two to go to a different community, and now it's you are starting with one. Or you can just immediately send them to one once you establish the base.
Just kick the other two out immediately. Be like, be gone.
Yeah. Or go and get him killed.
Yeah, or go get him killed. That would work too.
You would just have to deal with the morale being low.
Morality could change though.
Different thing.
I
But yeah.
know.
Um,
I realized that after I said it, and I was like, I'm a little bit of the dum dum. Dum dum what gum gum.
but yeah. So, some ideas, of course. Um, if you are from Undead Labs and you are watching and listening, I
It's
and
not.
Ryunn would love to provide our voices, though I can't imagine I'm going to be very good at it. But we would love to be included.
I would love the beta test.
I would also love to beta
I
test.
would
I love
love, dude.
playing the game.
I would love nothing more. I would do it for free. I would do it for free.
I wouldn't loan my voice out for free, but I would beta test for free, yeah.
I would loan my voice out for free, or for $25 in a sandwich.
I thought it was 40.
Oh, was it $40 in it? I would loan my voice out for $40 in a sandwich, like a true legend.
I I would love to say that, but I also would like to think I'm worth a little bit more than $40 in a sandwich.
You gotta start from somewhere.
Right. Which is why I'm right here saying Undead Labs, Rune and I would love to provide our voices for apparently $40 in a sandwich for Rune.
$40 in a
And
sandwich. You could even do
you
it
and
in
I you
installments. You could send one piece of bread at a time.
there's only two slices of bread in a sandwich. Actually, hold on, you can make a sandwich out of one slice of bread too, so
Yeah, you could have what is it, the English breakfast or whatever, the toast sandwich. Have you
yeah.
have you heard of that? Yeah.
Kind of looks like a taco, but yeah.
Oh, I was talking about the one where it's like you take a piece of toast that's heavily buttered and you put it between two pieces of bread. It's I have it saved in my phone
So
from somewhere
bread,
because
bread, bread,
bread heavily buttered and seasoned toast, bread.
bread, bread, bread.
Yep.
Okay.
Listen, bro, have you ever been poor? All right. That
I
right there is
have, yes. Thank you for
gourmet.
that.
That is a gourmet sandwich.
Dude, one of my favorite, I guess it would be considered a poor meal, but one of my favorite things to do is to get egg noodle pasta.
Mm,
And once you cook it, just put some butter in there and then just eat it.
that is
So
really
good.
good. I like taking God, what is it? I like taking like Dorito bags. like the big ones, the party bags, eating it down to like a third left, and then you crunch it up really bad, and then you just add a little bit of water, roll it up, and you compress it for like an hour, and then it's a tamale.
Hmm. I've never heard you doing that before.
Yeah, it's like a prison tamale. You take like beef jerky and add it in there a little bit, and it's something I learned from my dad during his time in prison.
Hmm.
Same thing
Interesting.
with like top ramen and like Cheez-Its and stuff like that, and again Slim Jims.
But anyway,
Anyways, anywho, uh
but okay, so
Undead
this is something.
Labs.
Yeah. But this is also when I was doing the community. I guess this is the first time that my wife has actually seen me playing the game, like from the start. So she had a few questions, and she was saying, "Wait, so what if you get overly attached to a character?" And I realized in my head, we don't commit like create our own custom characters because maybe they're trying to not make it so that way we're putting ourselves in the game. So that way, if that character dies, like we will actually still finish the game.
Yeah, maybe. That is a really good point because I could say the only character I give a shizna about not losing would be the one that is leader
Yeah.
because I'm trying to work through their thing or my like legacy characters. Granted, I don't want anybody to die outright in my community. It's all about making sure everyone survives.
Right.
When if I've learned anything from playing like Telltale's The Walking Dead is that's never the case.
Hmm.
Like realistically, in a zombie apocalypse, if there is a disease that is spreading at that like rate, not everybody's gonna survive. Or even just writing a zombie narrative as I have been the last few years, I've kind of been gripping with that where it's like a lot of the characters in the book right now are based on people, and I'm like, I don't want any of these people that it's like I actually care about in real life that the characters are based off of to die. But you can't just have a narrative where it's all happy and everybody lives. There's no stakes in a story where there's no consequence.
Right. But also that could go the other way of if you do actually customize and are able to name each of the characters to like, first four or
There's
five.
more of a risk and there's more at stake.
But now you're also putting in more of an effort to try and keep your community alive because now these people are relying on you. You could also, I guess, put the people that you despise in there and then just watch as their like make their lives completely miserable.
Oh, Mason, hi, buddy. Why don't you run into that horde with an active grenade for me?
But anyway.
No. That is a very interesting concept though. That gets my old brain rooting around in there because I never really kind of thought of it that way on why we don't have a created character is for that reason.
Okay. All right, give me one split second. I'm going to turn on the light in here.
Yeah.
I know what you guys are thinking. But David, don't you already have a light? I do. But there is actually another light there. And I'm going to turn on that light so that way the rest of the room is not pitch black as I'm sitting here with one screen. See if I can reach it with my headset still on.
Bum, bum, chum, ba-da, ba-da, ba-dum, chum, bum, ba-da, ba-da, ba-dum, ba-dum.
Ah, look at that. Now I'm
State
yellow.
of Decay 3, how far into the outbreak should it be, in your opinion? Because I was thinking about this earlier too. I want to be day one.
Well, so I don't think it's going to be day one because if we're following the same pattern, I would say it's probably going to be like year three.
Yeah, because I would say for surely the first game having the tag year one edition
Yeah,
covers the like from week two to the end of the first year
at the very least, yeah. And
at the very
then
least.
State
State
of
of
Decay
Decay
2 is now
2,
18 months in.
which is
Um,
mid 2 year.
yeah, it's 1.5 years. So then I would say that State of Decay 3 would probably be like at least 3 years,
I feel
maybe
like
five.
I feel like a lot of things would be because even the trailer, like just not having seen it in a while, but recalling it, the trailer for it looks very depraved. Like the scenery and the sets look depraved.
Yeah.
Like you could tell humanity's starting to get on like a last leg. But then
I'm
again, you also
looking
have
right
people
now to
driving
see.
around and
Yeah, because they still had vehicles, and they were kind of showing some. I think
I
we need to
feel
watch the trailer again.
I feel by 2 years there wouldn't be running operating vehicles.
And that's something that I'm worried that they're gonna actually do because we have shown like we're we're crafting auto depots. Like the only thing that might be a concern is at this point we're probably going to be running low on gas
Yeah. We'd be running
because
low on gas, food, ammunition.
unless people are learning how to make it and now we're using the excess metal because there's a lot of vehicles that are just sitting destroyed on the side of the road that we really cannot interact with.
So yeah, it is stating that this game will take place years into the zombie apocalypse.
So, editor Tim and actual Tim, let's take a slight 3 minute break and let's both watch the trailer.
Intermission time. Hi guys, we had an intermission period so that way we don't get slammed with a copyright. We just watched the State
Hey,
of Decay
Undead Labs,
3.
we love you and we're not trying to steal your content.
Yeah. But let's talk about that. For
So, I
one,
mean, it doesn't show like a ton of things. We don't know how long time has actually progressed. For those of you wondering, we just watched the 2024 Xbox Game Showcase State of Decay video, which I do actually remember seeing now.
I do remember seeing I do remember the other trailer because in the other trailer it did showcase
The
like
hunting,
deer. Yeah,
yeah,
the hunting and stuff like that with zombie deer. But it definitely
mhm,
looks like in this newer game the blood plague has spread, has mutated
yeah,
significantly.
yeah,
As I was stating before the intermission period ended, um it looks like there's going to be a more of a memorial service for like characters that pass away. Unless that
yeah.
was just a bit for the trailer.
Yeah, I hope it's not just a bit. Like it would
I
be
hope it's
cool
not
to
a
be
bit
like, hey,
either.
like this is actually
Like I like when I'm playing my game and I can see that I have a tombstone in the background of the character selection to signify that I've had somebody die. But
or like what XCOM does, where you can go to the bar and you can actually like write something about the person and it
yeah,
has like a picture of them and it also says like when they died. So it'd be like day 5 killed by stupidity.
killed by stupidity. Tried to hug a bloater. No. Okay, that would honestly be really freaking funny
But like have like
because
the actual reason like you could also like cartoonify, I guess. Or you can be like, instead of it saying killed by the survivor, or uh killed by blood plague, we allow us to like rewrite it to uh intimate or got too intimate with a bullet.
got too intimate with a bullet.
I don't know, man. Um,
Finally didn't have the last word. But no,
yes.
it's God, watching that trailer got me all giddy again for it because
So,
I
I mean, everything I'm seeing says we should be seeing it this year, or should be seeing more about it.
I genuinely hope so because long development cycles are scary, especially what like happened with Ubisoft and the Prince of Persia Sands of Time remake where like it was rumored to be coming out this year and we saw things on it, it was well talked about, and then out of nowhere they
Dead
just
Island 2.
Dead Island 2. I mean, Dead Island 2
It
had
did
such a
eventually
long.
come out.
It did eventually come out, but it's also at the point where the studio that makes Dead Island has given Dead Island 3 to a whole other studio now,
Yes.
which is in active development.
Yes, they have said that it is an active development. And we know that State of Decay 3 is being worked on and in active development. And as of January 2026, they're like, hey, we would definitely, you might be hearing more about it this year.
Which I'm very hopeful for because the game has to be damn near done. And they're definitely going to want to release it before the end of the year, where, the big bad game that's coming out, GTA 6. That's going to just clean slate for everything.
Yeah. And there's people who are already putting in time off for it. There's billboards stating, if you want to have your kid for GTA 6, now's the time to like be getting pregnant. Because there's actually it's a Swedish company, I think, or Norwegian company, some company over there that if you have your child on that day, you'll get the game for free.
Well, David, let's make some science. Or go to an adoption agency, one or the other. They didn't specify how you had to have a kid. Are you looking it up right now?
Norwegian retailer will give you a free copy of GTA 6 if your baby is born that day.
Ah. You just walk into your local hospital. Hey, was there any babies born today that nobody wants?
Uh, do you remember this is a random tangent. Do you remember this was a commercial for God, I don't even remember what the commercial was for.
Oh, was it the
But
Xbox one where the girl goes into labor and it shoots the baby out and it's like flying?
no, 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 no. The guy was pulled over for speeding, and he said that he was on his way to a hospital, and so the police officer was like, "All right, cool. Like, I'll follow you to the hospital to confirm this." So then the guy walks up to the desk and is like, "Hey, is there any mothers who are giving birth where the father is not present?" And he finds a woman who just gave birth and was like, "Hey, honey," and was like, "Hey, just like."
Just go
Roll with
along with
it.
it. Just
Just
roll
go
with
along
it.
with it. So the girl's like, "Oh, honey, you're late." And then the cop is just with them every single moment of their life until like
Yeah. I've
you
seen that commercial.
yeah. I don't remember what the commercial's for, but
I don't either, but I remember like them growing old and the cops just like, you did good. You did good.
all right, I've seen enough.
I've seen enough. Uh yeah, this was in
Mostly State
concluding
of K3,
thoughts.
but
In concluding thoughts here, is there any games you're anticipating you're excited for? I know I've been talking to you a lot about Resident Evil Requiem, which comes out next week.
it comes out in 10 days from now.
So yeah, about next week.
Yeah, something like that. It'll be next what, Friday?
Yeah, something like that.
I'll tell you the exact day. Yeah, Friday.
Ready?
So do you want like the confirmed games or the games that we know are in development kind of thing? So, I mean,
Whatever
just
you would
rattling
like to
off,
talk about.
uh, I don't want to go into detail on them. I just want to like spit out the name and then like next podcast, if you want, we can talk about them.
Yeah, because I was gonna say I know
We're
we
we're
never
we've been
talked
talking for a
about this.
while, so
We never talked about the state of play, and there's like stuff from that I'm excited about and all this. But I'm so happy making this just a state of decay episode. So
Undead Labs sponsor us. We love
yeah,
you. We love your games.
I will play test. I'll do whatever you want for free. You need some girlish screams of death.
You see how I'm repping Death Stranding and Astrobot right now? Free merch,
Rep,
man. Oh, and
we're
you repping
we're
PlayStation?
repping place. We're
Oh my
repping
God, we are
PlayStation
representing
asking for an Xbox sponsorship.
Undead Labs. If you give us free stuff, we will rep Xbox stuff. We will represent you.
You know what? Give me a State of Decay beanie or a hat, and I'll wear that thing until my head grows hair.
I have. I'm trying to see if I have any Xbox exclusive stuff. I have a Doom one, but that's not Xbox exclusive.
I got my Xbox Summer Game Fest 23, no, 22 jersey behind me, and I got some Halo shirts and stuff next to me.
Somewhere I have an Xbox blanket.
My Xbox hat's in the car. But this isn't what the conversation's about. Um,
Sponsor us.
Sponsor us. Let us in
Um,
the game. Make us characters in the game.
that would be
We
so
got
cool.
traits. Oh my god, that'd be great.
Or
I would literally become a
what
professional in streaming State of Decay if you put us in the game.
what you were talking about is like radio stations. Like at some point, radio stations got to be coming back, right?
Right. The radio stations, like people would be finding a way to
You're
make
listening
things.
to Survivor Radio. You're listening to 104.5, the only working radio in the area. I'll be playing the same five hits back to back. If you have any questions about that, don't. This is DJ BossFoss. I am now going to be playing. I don't know.
Make us like lone wanderer, like tradesmen. Hello,
If you have
stranger.
gold, Kajita's wares.
Stranger. No, God, dude, I'm
Sponsor us.
so I'm
Uh,
so excited.
um, to
Uh,
answer your question,
sponsor
uh,
us, sponsor us, sponsor us, sponsor us, sponsor us.
Forza Horizon 6, I want to actually see it.
Is that the one
I
that's in Japan?
It's in Japan. 5 I did enjoy. I do understand I haven't gone back to it in a while, but I did enjoy it. I did actually thoroughly enjoy the game. I played it to what I think is its completion. Um
I'll have to get into that one with you because it's Japan, and I wanna drive around Japan.
like Japan has such a beautiful car culture. Um God, I had this whole
Oh
list
my
written down.
God, drifting. Ugh.
I don't know
Drift
if I
events for Japan.
still have the yeah. I don't have it written down right now. But when they talked about it, I had like everything that was talked about I had in like a list for you. Um Obviously Resident Evil Requiem. Um Talking on the case of the state of play, there was like maybe one or two that I'm like, okay, that's cool. I like to see some more stuff about, like indie title of Silent Hill Townfall,
Yeah.
which
Indie
didn't
title.
realize. Yeah,
Ain't
well, I was screwing
like
with you because
indie title.
you're like super excited. You're like,
I started bobbing my head and then I was like, oh, I'll just do the John Cena meme of when he was on the talk show, like really excited and just
yeah. Um, what else was there? Oh, I guess I haven't played Tomb Raider, so I wouldn't be able to say like, oh, I got like a nostalgia. It looks cool. I'd like to try it out. I've never played the original God of Wars either. So yeah, I know. I see that face of yours. I had PS2, but I didn't actually ever play God of War. And then I didn't get a.
it kind of makes sense because I feel like again, as it's been stated in the past, we have very different upbringings. So like I didn't have restrictions on what I played. Like my dad bought me the Playboy Bunny Mansion video game at like 13 years old. So
I was 7 playing GTA 10,
yeah, but that's GTA. That's
Vice
old
City.
GTA. That's
It
old
was Vice
GTA.
City. I walked. Sorry, Kmart. Kmart doesn't even exist anymore. But
Does
I
it?
walked. No, no, it's out of business. I had walked to my local Kmart in Kalinga when I was living in Kalinga at like 8 or 9, and I walked into the store and I bought a copy of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas by myself for like 20, $30 or something like that, and
You
then
had
walked
20,
home
30
with it.
bucks on you at 8 years old?
Yeah.
Sheesh, man, we
Well,
really
my
grew up
my
different.
my parents would give me like 20, $30 to like walk over to McDonald's and get food.
Yeah, no, my parents just gave me an 8 sack and
Yeah. Anyway, um,
anyways, any hoots.
I guess I'm a little excited for GTA, though I really am trying not to be super hyped because
I know it's gonna
I'm
be
con
good.
I'm concerned.
I know it's gonna be good because every Grand Theft Auto has been good. And I know I'll spend like a good another 10 years of my life playing this game over and over and over again. But I don't want the hype to be so good that it ruins the experience. Kind
Yeah,
of like Starfield, where I was so excited for everything promised in Starfield or Anthem.
Bethesda, we love you, sponsor us, but uh,
So we love you, sponsor us. I will say no more.
um, what else was there? There was a couple other things that I had swore I had talked to you about, but for right now, they're not coming back to my head. But I know at one point I had them written down.
I know for me, the God of War trilogy was like the biggest thing that I was hyped for with the state of play. The new Resident Evil trailer was great. I love it. It opened up so many thoughts and conspiracies to my own head that I just won't talk about because I've been talking about Resident Evil a lot across the Nerdgasmic podcast. Like literally the last 2 episodes have focused on Resident Evil, so I'm excited for what's it called? Obviously the Tomb Raider, as you stated, you haven't played Tomb Raider. I grew up with Tomb Raider watching my mom play it, so I'm excited to see the kind of continuation of the Survivor trilogy, but it also being a remake of the original game. I'm trying to think right now on the other one. John Wick. The John Wick game looks sick. The gun fu in it looks amazing, and I'm excited for that.
Okay,
And
I have not gotten to it on this list, but I do want to touch base on because I was just pulling up a list to see if there's any games that were releasing that was confirmed that we had the dates of that or that. Anyway, the Knights of the Old Republic.
oh my god, yes. With Casey Hudson coming back for it, just give it to me.
Yeah,
Sponsor us, Casey
like I said,
Hudson. Sponsor
I
us, sponsor us,
had
sponsor
not
us.
gotten to that on the this list yet.
I'm excited
Um,
for a good Star Wars game.
right?
That's not the Jedi Survivor series.
Hang on, let me split
We're
this so
looking
that
at
way I'm
you,
actually.
Outlaws.
Honestly though,
The
is
Speed
Outlaws really
Racer.
that bad though? The Speed
I've
Racer,
I haven't played
I
Outlaws.
want to check it out. You can check out the demo of it on PlayStation.
It's free on Game Pass.
Oh yeah, it is free on Game Pass.
I just I want
Oh,
to
dude, double oh
finish.
007
Oh my god, yes, IOI, please. That you know what? You know what's
sponsor
really
us.
funny about this whole entire podcast was we were supposed to talk about a whole different topic.
Were we? I asked you if there was anything we were supposed to
We were
talk
gonna
about.
talk about the topic from yesterday about like the whole thing
Oh
that
yeah,
spurred
yeah,
it
yeah.
was, do we think another company should take over Splinter Cell? And we were saying
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, IOI would be great to take over Splinter Cell,
Hey,
and then we got into a
that's
whole
a peek at the next podcast if we remember. That's
we
what we're
do
going to be
we
talking about.
should do
Um,
another podcast this week just because this episode right now I am going to edit up and put out tomorrow with the Nerdgasmic podcast.
I got a couple more. This is going to be speed run.
Speed it.
MGS Master Collection Volume 2.
Mm-hmm. Excited. Little disappointed, but excited.
Ace Combat 8. That's personal for me.
That is very personal for you.
Do you want me to send you this list so that way you can look over the list and see if there's anything that I'm not mentioning that you're also excited about?
Just keep going.
Okay, great.
I don't want to break
Uh,
eye contact.
going down the list quickly, but also trying not to miss it. I think for you, you're probably going to be excited about Control Resonant.
Yes. I love Alan. I love the Alan Wake universe.
Fable,
Yes,
whenever that releases.
very excited for Fable. A little concerned that I heard that it's going to be a single player experience.
Yeah. I don't know if it's on this list yet. I haven't gotten to it yet. But the Total War 40K, the Warhammer one.
I haven't played any of the Warhammer stuff and I've never gotten into it.
I've been kind of wanting to get into it.
Jose, the friend I've been telling you about that wants to get in with us on Helldivers and State of Decay, He
Uh-huh.
is a huge Warhammer fan, and the last time I went and saw him and Quinn, he sat down for 3 hours straight. Matt as well has sat down with me for like 2 hours and gushed over the lore of Warhammer.
Right.
John Carpenter's Toxic Commando is one that I'm excited for
I
because I love
I
those
was
Left 4 Dead games, and I
I was
love.
just putting in the chat so that way I'm like, because I'm trying to like go quickly. Sorry. Keep
Yeah,
going.
no, keep it. Left 4 Dead games play styles I'm always for. So John Carpenter's Toxic Commando is very, very anticipated, especially since I love John Carpenter's movies. I'm excited to see how he does in a foray of video games, being the fact that John Carpenter is a huge gamer. And I really hope that man gets the Dead Space rights to make a movie on Dead Space because, whoo, I would buy tickets as fast as I bought the Iron Lung ones.
Marvel's Wolverine.
Yes, please.
Oh, is that all you're gonna say on that one?
Yes, sir. Well, you
Um,
said speed running it, so I'm keeping my comments short.
well, your comments were also giving me a chance to like get
Oh,
down the
sorry.
list further.
Insomniac's Wolverine, I've been very highly anticipated for because one, I love the actor that's playing Wolverine. He is the actor who did JD Phoenix in the newer God of War games. So I love his voice and I love his acting for it. Um, it's another Insomniac superhero game, and I think Insomniac has been slaying with Spider-Man. Unfortunately, we're not going to get the multiplayer Spider-Man that looked so amazing and just why hackers, why did you ruin something so good for us? Do you got another one or do you need me to keep going?
Uh, keep going for a second, just because this is taking
Have
a
you
little bit
guys
longer.
seen the characters that are appearing in Wolverine, let alone the costumes that you get to play as? You got old school brown and yellow suit, you got the classic yellow and blue, you got Mystique showing up, the Sentinels. Woo.
Life is Strange Reunion. I want to see more of that. I need to actually play more of the Life is Strange games, but I
I
do know that I
was
enjoyed that.
I was honestly going to start the first Life is Strange because they just had a sale on all the Life is Strange games, and I bought the remastered versions of One and Before the Storm for like $1.
Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight.
Oh, nut.
Okay, cool. I think for you, I think you're also going to be excited about the Halloween game.
Yes, because I love those asymmetrical horror games, and the fact that they took the Halloween chapter out of Dead by Daylight makes me sad. Was happy I got to buy it for like $3 before they got rid of it, so I do permanently have Michael Myers and Laurie Strode and all that, so I don't have to rely on somebody else having the content to play this stuff, but I'm excited.
Um, Rumors of games. So these were confirmed games that we know are coming out sometime this year. Rumors. Have you ever played the original God of War game? Not God of War, Godfather. Godfather. Sorry, speed running. The original
Yes, I
Godfather
have
game.
I have played both the original Godfather and the original God of War, both
Okay.
very similar titles cuz
The rumors are stating that somebody's remaking the original Godfather game. I would also love for them to do a remake of the Scarface. The World Is Yours.
ooh, Scarface would be a good one. I I was not the biggest fan of the first Godfather game. I loved Godfather 2, the game.
See, for me, I was a bigger fan of the original Godfather game, and like I liked the second Godfather, but not as much as the first one.
Now, Scarface, The World Is Yours was really fun.
It really was, and
It really
I
was.
genuinely think that they need to redo it and give it a proper chance.
Throw it out with the anniversary of the movie.
Yeah.
Create a random anniversary and then re-release the game. That's how you make the big money.
All right. I think that's it off the top of my head because I finished that list.
All right, coolio. That's kind of it for me as well. Because my brain's a little bit mush when it comes to upcoming titles. Because everything that I also have interest in right now is either coming out within a week or has already released, like High on Life 2, Reanimal, which I've just been seeing so much about Reanimal and it makes me interested. quick little sidebar. Have you ever heard of Yandere Simulator?
Yes.
I just got it.
Okay.
For
It's going to be the 20-year anniversary of the original game's release of
the
Scarface.
look
Scarface. Sorry. Because the movie came out in 1983, and I'm like, okay, well that one doesn't really work. But the game released in 2006. Okay, Yandere Ceremony. Go ahead.
I just downloaded. Apparently, they had a new update on Valentine's Day, and I was like, I was looking at a game called My Side that Mark played on his channel that looked interesting, and it was on sale on Steam. So I was like, I might want to look into it. I like the horror, just walking simulator games. So I was looking at that, and it led me to think of Yandere Simulator. And I was like, that game kind of died out, and it never fully released. It's still in beta phase. It's a free download to play, but they just updated it, so I downloaded it today, and I might make some videos on it just because I remember loving watching like 2014 Mark run through that. 2014, 2015.
Yes. Confirmation, by the way, that October of 2025, the game accidentally was released on the Epic Games Store. Scarface: The World Is Yours. It was taken down, and then they commented that on the Steam page that now exists that they're planning on re-releasing it on both, but it wasn't quite ready yet.
Intriguing.
Anyway.
So that's hopeful. Who the hem is messaging me? Who the Hemsworth is messaging me?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, before me and Ryunn start rambling more, because that's what's bound to happen, we're going to see something that will distract us, and then we will end up talking longer, which we're both trying to wrap up.
Edited out from just turning my head.
You didn't exist. I thought it was intentional.
If I had a dime every time I've heard that. No.
Thank you guys for listening. If you're watching on the YouTube channel, thank you so much. If you're ever curious of, hey, what is the hand motions that BossFoss is doing while he's talking, you can also find us on the YouTube channel of looking at the podcast. Sorry, I'm not used to doing the outro, so I'm doing my best. I'm also looking at Ryunn to see if I'm doing well, but he's just pretending to be frozen, which is not working out well for him.
No, I was staring into the camera just happily that I'm not doing the outro.
Great. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank your pet, rock, cat, dog, fish, whatever. You can find us on all your normal.
Attacking me.
No, I'm trying to remember what your outro is. Okay, I'm doing my best. I never actually listen to you when you do your outro, because I don't watch your content. So stab.
You ever hear that like really sad song in Rick and Morty? That dun, dun, dun. It's what's playing in my head right now.
I have no idea what you're talking about. But anyway, before I completely insult my friend here, thank you guys so much for watching or listening. If you liked it, please leave us a like. If you have thoughts that you're like, hey, I want them to hear about my opinion on this, or hey, if there's a game that's coming out that you're like, I really want to talk about this, hit us up. We might even, try to talk to you and be like, hey, do you want to talk on the podcast, or do you want to record like a voice memo and put it on the podcast, as long as it's
appropriate,
more or less appropriate? Let us know. YouTube, it is RYUNN space ELDRED.
Also spelled. Oh, wait, wrong way.
God dang it.
Let me just make my stomach disappear.
Yes, so that was mostly for the people that are listening. If you're watching, you were already on the YouTube channel.
Links for everything will be down in the description below, whether you're listening or watching. If you're watching, you've already found it, but if you're listening, links will be down below.
And who knows, so those of you watching or listening, you might be seeing more content from me. I might actually get off my lazy butt and make content We'll see.
I will find that very humorous if you start making content at the same exact moment Brian started making content.
Well, I was already like talking about making content, but we'll see. Anyway, thank you guys so much. We love you. You're beautiful. Stay
Let us
classy.
know what you guys would like to hear about as well. Suggestions are always welcomed. Toodaloo, everybody.
Bye, everybody.